Okay.
All right, I think that's is that all the topics?
Yeah, I think so. I think we got some good, bad, and brainless to hit up.
Yes, we do. What do you got for your good this week, Cousin Jay?
You know, that there are a lot of things. Like, I could just specifically say Sami Zayn between the promo he cut with Heyman last Friday and the promo he cut with Cody on Monday. But I got to go with how they booked Bianca Belair.
Okay.
The fact that she went in a triple threat match against Bayley and Becky, you would think somehow, some way, one of those two or both of those two would have figured into the Elimination Chamber. And they didn't, which means they are not going to be necessarily the main event for WrestleMania. Now, I'm not going to say they're not going to be high profile, because if Trish Stratus is returning, I think it's a possibility that we get Becky versus Trish, which
that'd be awesome.
Might even be a bigger deal than Rhea against Charlotte.
Yep.
You know, and bigger deal than Asuka versus Bianca.
Yep.
But I thought it was a really good booking decision to have a triple threat match and have your champion go over. It's not like the fucking Vince McMahon era where your champion was always made to look like a chump to get the next contender up there.
Mm-hmm.
At least Triple H, we have people, whether it's a six-pack challenge or a gauntlet match, you have to actually face somebody and get a freaking victory that's not the champion to make them look like shit before you have them have a championship match and lose.
Right.
I appreciate the way that Triple H is booking this stuff.
Yes, it is incredible that he's doing it that way. I think he's learned from Vince's issues or problems that he had.
Right.
See, for me, I really, really wanted to make Mark Briscoe my good for this week. I really did. The fact that he is all elite after everything he's gone through, but these words are going to come out of my mouth. My good for this week goes to JEFFJARRETT, Jeff Jarrett, going out there and wrestling on Wednesday, a day or two after your dad passing away, is just incredible. He did his father right by doing that, because that's what Jerry Jarrett would have wanted. So for me, Jeff Jarrett gets my good for this week.
Okay.
What do you got for your bad?
There are several things this week in the bad and brainless category, and quite honestly, I've got three of them that top the list, and it's hard to pick the two of the three that I think are more bad and more brainless. It's a big part of me wanted to put the fact that Madcap Moss is getting an Intercontinental title match. I'm going to go with Goldberg in his comments about Rihanna in her Super Bowl performance. I thought Rihanna did pretty freaking awesome. And the fact that Goldberg came out and, you know, trashed what she did, it's like, dude, whatever. Like, she did good. She did well. Like, what's your problem, dude?
Yeah, I didn't understand why he said that, because I also enjoyed Rihanna's performance at the Super Bowl halftime show. And to the point where 5 million more people tuned into her performance at halftime than they did in the actual Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I thought it was good. My bad for this week goes on to the continuous story between Saraya, Britt Baker, Ruby Soho, and Toni Storm. I'm just sick and tired of this shit. It is just absolute garbage. And it's funny because I'm glad somebody mentioned Russo and what he said about Rhea Ripley. It was you who said it about what Russo said about Rhea Ripley, where she should just dress up like everybody else. There was a point when I was watching the scrum between Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker, Toni Storm, and Saraya, where I thought Britt Baker was two different people. I had to go and watch 3 or 4 different angles just to see it was Jamie Hayter. They look too much alike. And what is this with the spray paint on the butt that Tony Storm's doing? Oh, it's like, come on. No. This is horrible shit. I proved it this week. I'm a bigger heel than anybody in that whole storyline. How many times has Saraya or Tony Storm had an entire arena of people turn on them? 0.
Yeah.
I don't care if the arena only had 32 fans in it. It's the point. It's the principle. It's principality.
It was an entire auditorium in Norfolk, Virginia.
Come on, the kitty litter guy was enough for like 3 guys anyway.
Next level.
Okay, what's the real
A
wrestling?
couple of years at the air show, I was like going, effing kitty litter guy. Effing kidder.
I wish I knew he was there like enough time that I could have went and like hounding him down and like, hey, you remember me? Yeah, I'm watching real wrestling because I hide behind my computer. That wasn't even there when I said it, you dumb fuck. But yeah, that was my bad for this week. Sorry. What do you got for your brainless?
I am going, and I was so happy that I got to post your little bit of a rant against one Vince Russo. Real in a short, because that douchebag went and douched himself up to a next level this week.
Bro.
Where the dude wanted to, like, Rhea Ripley has organically changed her character and gotten the crowd to react. And Russo's like, bro.
What's up with that, bro? Bro.
A dumb MFer.
I wrote
Like, sitting there trying to get clicks, and as much as I'd like to not talk about what a dumb crap this dude is, he went to the next level of like, I can't ignore the fact that he's a dumb douchebag.
Who thought it was a great idea to put the title on David Arquette.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
But Vince Russo, dude, like, I know that the award is the Shawno shitbag of the year, and we kind of thought about possibly turning it into the Vince McMahon shitbag of the year, but Vince Russo is starting to make a play for all this.
Ooh. If we make Vince Russo the Vince Russo shitbag of the year, I may or may not be able to convince Jim Cornette to accept the award on somebody's behalf or present the award on somebody's behalf. I might pitch it to him. I'm going to play the song for him, too.
And maybe we could get Corny to accept a Hall of Fame induction from our podcast.
I'd love to put a Cornette in.
As opposed to the WWE Hall of Fame.
Right. Now for my brainless.
Yeah.
Something that was going to be my bad, but then I had to add on to it. And I know that I was supposed to retire certain things from being bad and brainless, but at the end of the day, nothing will ever get retired from this. As WWE fans, after ending a 3-week run for AEW and their fans, WWE fans get my brainless for this week. And I'll tell you why. It was Zelina Vega was at the airport yesterday, and she was at her layover. So the fact that somebody actually found her in her layover is kind of really cringe. But it's not even that. It's the fact that a bunch of people who were older people came up to her and bombarded her while she was waiting for her flight, asked for autographs. They wanted her to sign all this different shit, and she said she wasn't going to sign all of it. They got pissed off and yanked the pin away from her and stormed away. And she posted about it, and she said that if this is how you're all going to act, I'm not going to be signing autographs for anybody. She goes, this is ridiculous. I was in a layover waiting for a flight. And that's even worse, the fact that you found me in a layover of all places. And then disrespecting me that way would have been enough to get my bad for this week. But one fan in particular definitely put it over into the Brainless. After he had the audacity to tell me to my face that Braun Brecker, or not really to my face, but to my internet face, that Braun Brecker was the only person in NXT, and everybody else down in NXT is a dud.
They don't believe Carmelo Hayes is a dud.
They don't believe Grayson Waller's a dud. They're booking Grayson Waller against HBK. And the guy goes, yeah, he goes, Braun Brecker is light years above everybody else. He should be on the main roster while the rest of these guys just suck down in NXT. I just blocked him. I said, this is not even wasting my time. But this is stupid. So that's why I got my Brainless for this week.